We are going to do something a bit different. It's going to be short and not so fancy. We are just going to break down how I created this label. Uh, this is a Ugandan beer company, and we're just going to go through how I created this label. Not so in depth, because I'm going to create another tutorial that is so in depth, a step-by-step process on how you can create such textures in Blender. So for today we are just going to do like a breakdown of how I created this and the process behind it. So for you to be able to create such textures, you need to mix your shaders. So you can see this is the most vital node on my node tree, the mix shader. If you want to create this, you'd have to use this, but that is not the only important thing. The most important thing actually is to break down your label. So as you can see here, I have broken down these these parts, so I know which part is the Cobb's head, which part is the silver foil, which part is just white text, the blue label, the silver, and the mask. Now the reason as to why I have the mask like this, of course, after you have UV unwrapped your label, because if I'm to show you here, you can see I didn't model that label. I just got a cylinder and just wrapped it close to the bottle, just left a little bit of depth to add some realism to it. Just had something like that. So for you to be able to create your label, you need to have a mask. Now what the mask does, let me just show you here a little bit. Just isolate this, just isolate it. The mask cuts out the label, basically cuts out the shape of the label. As you can see, just cuts out the shape of the label, something like that. That's why I have this mask. So I UV unwrapped, got this mask. I plugged it onto the alpha channel. Let me just again show you how the node looks like. So that body label, I plugged it onto the alpha channel of the shader, so you get to cut out all the other parts that you don't need, and then you remain with the shape of the shader only. Now basically you'd have to do that for each and every part of the label. Just to show you again, you'd have to do it for each and every part of the label. Now I've just isolated the silver part, the paper texture. Now if I was to isolate the next thing, you'd have to get the blue part. Now if I go back to my Illustrator, this is the blue part. You get, just ignore this just part of the, just remove it from here, just remove it. Now you would have something like this. Even this, you'd have to put it into black, because when you're exporting these things, you need to export them as black and white images. That is how you'll be able to work on them separately. As you can see here, I have this blue part. if I'm to show you from this, it is in black and white. This is the unwrapped texture that I imported into Blender. So this is in black. It is in black and white, and it's very important for you to have them in black and white because contrary to how alpha works, black is where the visible stuff would be, white is where the non-visible stuff would be. So white is transparent, black is visible, and that is how I'm able to isolate this blue part and work on it differently. If I wanted to change the colors, see if I came here and change the colors, it would still change them, and I would still have that part isolated alone. I'm not affecting the whole label, I'm only affecting that blue part. Again, what I did was, after mixing this shader, I just copied this mix shader, and then I plugged in the blue part black and white. I plugged it into the factor, sorry, the facing, and then I plugged the previous mix shader into shader 2, and then the color of what I want to change, I plugged it into shader 1. Now for the shader of the color of what I want to change, I still had to maintain the roughness. So I have a paper texture for roughness, the same paper texture that was for this. I have it here, and that is the same thing I did here for the normal. Now the process is basically repeating the same. So you copy this, and then you plug in a new part, and then you have something like that. You change the colors there, and then the process is still the same. I am going to create a full-on tutorial for this, but for now I just wanted to show you how I was able to crack that code, because I really wanted to be able to work on it differently. When you get probably those who are in Uganda and have seen the club bottle, there is a way its label is, and it is very intricate and different from other beer labels. So I had to really try and create that same look. That's what I had to do. So if you come a bit closer, you'd see the parts that are black, that are just white, are not that shiny, but the parts that are silver, you see that for them they are shiny, and you could still have a rough part on it. So it really gives you control. This method gives you control on how you can change your textures based on what you want. I know this might not be helpful for those who are beginners, but if you're someone who is a bit advanced with Blender, this comes in handy for you. It is very easy to work with. For the droplets, I use the geometry nodes, and there's an add-on called droplets generator, the one that I use to generate these droplets. Yeah, and for the lighting, if I'm to just back out a bit, I used planes. So each plane here is a light. Each plane is a light, and you can see if I turned off this one, see how the effect changes. If I turned off this one, you'd see how still the effect changes. So yeah, that is how I created this label. I'm going to upload a longer tutorial, much longer tutorial, that goes on into step by step on how you can create this. But for now, I feel like I should share with you guys how I was able to crack that code because I really wanted to create something that was um, close to the origin, the real life label. So yeah, if you're new to this channel, you can just click the subscribe button. Be sure to turn on the notifications, and anytime I upload, you'd be informed. For those who have subscribed, thank you so much because we have hit 151, and the channel is growing. The channel is growing. Keep the channel growing, and yeah, comment. If you have some pointers, you can comment. You can share your ideas in the comment section, and other tips for other creatives to get to learn. Thank you very much for following up with me. We have come to the end of the video, and yeah, just be on a lookout for the next video that I'm going to post because it is going to be the in-depth tutorial on how I created this label. It's going to be like a step-by-step tutorial. Thanks very much guys for now. Bye bye.